Hey guys, I've been working on this video for a few days. I finally got all the information together, and this is regarding Easter eggs that were in the Black Ops 4 multiplayer beta. For the Black Ops 3 beta, they put one map in there, Combine, and it had the wave gun blueprint on the wall, and everybody knew, yeah, that is definitely a zombies Easter egg. That is the wave gun from Moon. So it was really fun to see that, and they continue to put little zombie Easter eggs in all of their maps, and I was hoping for Black Ops 4 there would be some as well. But when the Black Ops 4 beta dropped, I had gone through all of the maps like most of us were doing, looking for little zombie Easter eggs. And the first weekend, the maps that they had put out for us to play didn't really have anything. The closest thing they had was on Gridlock, and there were a couple of paintings that were actually in Shadows of Evil. This painting right here, you can see on the bottom, I'm in Shadows of Evil, that is in the Ruby Rabbit. And that is definitely the same painting, totally identical. And there's another painting in this room that's also on Shadows of Evil. If you go to the waterfront district, you can see on the bottom right here, it's on that wall right there. And to me, this didn't really seem like these were zombie Easter eggs, and nothing was really intentional here. It just seems like reused assets. I was wanting to see some zombie references that were in your face, and you knew that, yeah, they were definitely doing something special for zombies. After the first weekend with the PS4 beta, I was really disappointed. I'm like, they left us out. They didn't do anything special for us. But the next weekend, they offered an additional map, and it was called Hacienda, and they definitely put a few in there that are 100% zombie Easter eggs. They're significant to zombies and are actually Easter eggs in zombies. There's one area of the map when you go inside, there is a media room, and in there's a big display of these items on some shelves. It's this room right here, and you can see that display on that wall right there. There are 12 items displayed here, and 5 of them are confirmed. We know what they are, but 7 of them, not too sure. So if you guys have any ideas, definitely comment down below. I'm going to zoom way in and show the top left shelf. That is clearly a mannequin head from the Black Ops 3 Nuketown version, and you can see it right here, matches up perfectly. The items that we do have identified seem to be representing a lot of the Black Ops history, not just Black Ops 3. They're showing all kinds of different assets, but they all seem to be very significant. The next item next to that mannequin head is a monkey, and this is a vintage plush monkey, and the first time we see this is in Black Ops 3 Zombies on Horizon. When you walk into the house and into Samantha's room, you see one sitting on the floor there in front of her bed, and then you see another one over here next to that rabbit and elephant. So obviously it is Samantha's toys, and it does become an Easter egg in the next DLC for Zetsubo, and you can see there are monkeys on the map here, and you shoot them and you unlock a song. We see these same stuffed animals again on Garag Harovi, and outside of the boss fight there is a tea party happening, and if you zoom in here with mods, that's what I'm using, you can see them all sitting around here. There's a bunny, you can see the monkey and the elephant. You can find these same stuffed animals, including the monkey, inside Garag Harovi's toy store when you leave the spawn area. With the mannequin head, that one was pretty obvious and pretty easy to identify, but with this sock monkey, this one is not super iconic. It is definitely significant for one small Easter egg, and it is Samantha's toys, but if you didn't go hunt around on the zombies map, you may not really know what this is. To the right of the monkey is a vinyl record, and I think a lot of people would assume that this is probably referencing Origins and the records that you have to pick up around the map. I went and looked at the Black Ops 3 version of these records. The one on the left is the one you put on the gramophone to open up the spiral staircase to the excavation. Then the one on the bottom is the Windstaff record. You can see that they're not the same model. There seems to be more lines and grooves on the one that's in Origins. The one that's on Hacienda seems to be pretty plain. I still think it could be referencing Origins. If you guys have some better ideas, definitely let me know. To the right of the record is a ginormous banana, and I was thinking maybe it's referencing the junction in Shadows of Evil. There's a lot of fruit. You can see apples and bananas, but that didn't really make any sense. It didn't seem like that would be significant enough. And then I remembered the Dead Ops Arcade 2 menu and the silverback sitting there messing with this huge banana. He picks it up and looks at it and plays around with it a little bit and then puts it back down, and you can definitely tell it's really big like the one on Hacienda, and it is definitely the same model. And I'm really glad this one's figured out, because I was like, what is going on with this? But this is 100% that banana from Dead Ops 2 Arcade. So far they're 100% referencing Black Ops 3 multiplayer, Black Ops 3 Zombies, and the Black Ops 3 Dead Ops Arcade 2. So they're using assets from all the game modes, and there's some items that I'm not sure what they are, so they might be referencing campaign or the Nightmares mode, Zombies campaign, but I'll show you guys some of those unidentified items in just a moment. The next item is below that banana and all the way to the right, and it looks to be a red trolley car. At first it made me think of the tram on Shadows of Evil, so I went and checked that out, and it doesn't look anything like it. It is not even close. So I don't think that's what they're trying to reference here. It does definitely look like a San Francisco trolley cable car, and I don't know if that could be maybe on a multiplayer map somewhere. I'm not too sure about that. Again, if you guys know, definitely comment down below. To the left of the cable car is a mannequin bust, and as soon as I saw this, I was like, I know exactly what that is. The first time we ever saw this was on Shadows of Evil in Nero's area. There is a little Arnie Easter egg that you have to do. You have to get 100 kills with a little Arnie, and then you throw little Arnie at this hat that's on top of this mannequin, and you collect the hat and some other items, and it allows you to upgrade the little Arnie. This mannequin also shows up on Garag Karovi in one of the store areas, but I think they are definitely referencing this Easter egg here for little Arnie on Shadows of Evil, no doubt about that. In the center of the display, there are 3 weapons, and on the top is a bat with nails, and this is not something that has been a weapon in any Black Ops history. There is a bat that you can get out of a supply drop on Black Ops 3, but you can clearly see it is a very different model. So this could be referencing a future supply drop melee weapon that could happen for Black Ops 4 multiplayer. I know there's bats with nails on them in World War II and also IW, and I went and checked it out on World War II. Here's what the bat looks like. It's a different model, but it's still a bat with nails, but there's no way they would be putting World War II assets in this game. There's also a bat that shows up in Infinite Warfare Zombies on Raven the Redwoods, but again, there's no way they're going to be using other studios' assets. One of the items that's real easy to identify seems to be coming from World at War, and it's a grenade called the Stillhandgranate, and you can see on the left here, that's the actual model from World at War. It looks pretty close. To the left of the grenade appears to be some kind of a gauntlet, and when I think of gauntlet, the first thing that I think of is on Garag Karovi and the Gauntlet of Siegfried. When you compare the two, the one on Garag Karovi has a lot of lights and wires and gadgets going on, and this one in the display looks pretty plain compared to that one. Here's another shot of the one on Garag Karovi, and yeah, it's just not looking like it's the same thing, so this one can't really identify 100%. I don't believe there's any gauntlet type gloves in any multiplayer that you can get out of supply drops on Black Ops 3 or anything, and maybe we're looking at something in the future for Black Ops 4, but if you guys have any other ideas, definitely let me know. There is a type of dagger below that gauntlet that I didn't really look into. If you guys have any ideas about it, definitely comment. These last 2 items I spent way too much time looking into trying to figure out where they could be from. The one on the right is definitely a Voodoo Doll. You can see the pins coming out of his chest, his leg, and one out of his head. If you Google image search Voodoo Doll, you can find some that look almost identical to this model in this display. So it's 100% a Voodoo Doll, and I cannot locate this on any Zombies map. There's nothing on Black Ops 2 or 3 where this model shows up. I didn't look into multiplayer too much because this really seems like a Zombies type of asset. It might be possible that this shows up inside of the Nightmares mode, Zombies campaign, or the regular campaign for Black Ops 3, or it could show up in Black Ops 2. I just don't really know. I didn't play the campaign a whole lot. This one I really want to get identified, so if you guys know anything about this, let me know. Again, we could be looking at a future item here that we might see in Black Ops 4 Zombies. The very last item is to the left of the Voodoo Doll, and it looks like it's feathers, and it looks like it's a hair accessory. The first thing I think of is a Native American headdress or some type of feather accessory that they would put in their hair. What this makes me think of is that a future DLC Zombies map might take our characters to the Old West or the Wild West. That's one place we've never been, and it does make a really good setting for a Zombies map. In BO4 Zombies, we are going to be traveling through time. We're going to Roman time, and we're going to be going to the Titanic in the early 1900s, so going to the Old West is not far-fetched. The period of the Wild West was from 1865 to 1895. It was a 30-year period, and it was famous for cowboys, native Indians, lawmen, gangs, gunfighters. It was definitely a rough and violent time, and zombies would fit very well into that setting. Clearly, the DLC is going to have to travel to different time periods, and because they've already done World War II in the 1940s, they're probably not going to go that direction. It makes more sense they would go backwards. The last thing I'm going to show you guys is on Hacienda as well, and it's underneath the water. I know people already know about this, but I wanted to do a side-by-side comparison to see how close it really is. On the right is the image on Hacienda. If you go underneath underneath the water. There is a body that's wrapped up and tied up, and the community was speculating that maybe this is going to be the model that we see on Blood of the Dead. Clearly, on Mob of the Dead, there were a lot of bodies hanging everywhere, and in the Blood of the Dead trailer, I did get a pretty good shot of the lightning going off and lighting up a body in the background, and that's what you see on the left. So on the left is just the Blood of the Dead cinematic trailer, and that's the model that showed up there. The way the bodies are wrapped up are identical. They've got wraps around their ankles and then just below their knee and then their waist and their neck. So these models are really, really close. Now, I can't see the front of the one on Hacienda like I can on the Blood of the Dead trailer, but from what you can see, I would say, yeah, this could be the same model. But let me know what you guys think about some of the mystery items in the display. I hope y'all enjoyed this, and we'll see you next video.